Hi guys, welcome back to reviews, fixes and hacks. I've got a 2003 Honda Civic. This is the one I did in an earlier video, did the transmission oil change due to some grinding sound coming from the gearbox. Now the transmission oil change has actually solved that problem, luckily anyway, so that issue sorted. But anyway, the problem I've got now here with this vehicle is that the engine oil has not been changed for 3 years, and it's not driven a great deal from what I can tell, or what the owners have told me. But it's done about, or approximately over the 3 years, about 6,000 or 7,000 miles. So let's have a look what it looks like, what it comes out to be like, and obviously we'll be changing the oil. So let's delve in. Okay, so to change the oil, as you can see, I'm just underneath the car, going in backwards. There's your engine oil drain plug. That's a 17 mil, I believe. So 17 mil here. So open that, engine oil will come gushing out. Just bear in mind that the oil will flow out this way. So make sure your bucket is much further back, angled. And just above that, there's your filter. So to loosen the filter, as soon as I get out from underneath, I've already loosened that, just to ensure that it's there ready for me to take off. But I'll be draining the engine oil. I'll collect it somewhere so you can have a look. But I'll show you a trick to minimize how much spillage there is on the floor, because as much as you may try, you will get some spillage on the floor. Likelihood is you're not going to be able to do it, and because I'm doing it on a public road, I don't want to really make a spillage, so I'll be draining it using a pump from the dipstick, and then drain the remaining minimal amount from the drain plug. But anyway, I'll show you the tool that I've used in order to take or loosen that oil filter. Just bear in mind, when you do attach the oil filter, it's only hand tightened, so you don't use any tool to tighten it. You hand tight it, and that's it. Otherwise you'll have a problem the next time you come to take it off. Okay, so engine's warm. We're going to start pumping out as much as we can to minimize spillage on the floor. But just going to show you what the condition of the oil is. Now what I can tell you is, if I was to smell this, so there's the dipstick, it's got a petrol smell to it. Now the likelihood it's got a petrol smell to it is because of cylinder wash. So when you don't let your engine fully warm up to operating temperature, the fuel that washes down from the cylinders into your engine oil, obviously once it's at operating temperature, that will vaporize and exit through the PCV valve. Now obviously with this one, the reason it's smelling of fuel is because of engine oil dilution. Yeah, engine oil dilution. So it's never a good idea, hence the reason why, even if you do short journeys or minimal journeys where you don't let it get to operating temperature, you have to change your engine oil yearly, purely because if you leave this too long, it dilutes. It's not going to do or have the lubricating properties it's designed to have, and then obviously it causes or increases the amount of wear on the piston rings, eventually losing compression. And really and truly, to change the piston rings, it's all engine out. Well, not necessarily out job. In fact, yeah, you'll have to take the engine out to actually change the piston rings, because they sit much further down, and the whole crankshaft and everything will have to come out. So it's a huge job. Most garages will advise you change the engine. But anyway, let me just, this is really tight. Just going to try and take this off. Might have to get a tool on that by the looks of it. But anyway, I was going to take this off. What does the oil look like? Let's have a look. Just judging by this, you would assume, I mean, the engine oil is pretty damn black. Just looking at that, I don't know if I can zoom in any better. Let me try and go there. There you go. That is really dark. I'll wipe it on some tissue and I'll try and show you what it's coming out as. But just before I do that, let me see if I can actually take that filler cap off, and if I can see any of the actual internals. Can't believe how tight it is. Shocking. But yeah, let me do that and I'll show you the internals if possible. Okay, I don't know how much of this you can see. I might have to get a flashlight on there, which I probably will, but I'll be honest with you, looking at that, I mean, the oil filler cap seems okay. Seems a bit like there's, I wouldn't say that's a head gasket issue. This might be because obviously normally if there was a lot of that, I'd be concerned. I would say there's a head gasket problem, the mayonnaise type of substance there, but I reckon this is just water from the 3-year, no change. So it's not a head gasket issue. Otherwise that is another big issue. Can you get some light on this?
Yeah.
But let's try and see if we can see the internal. I mean, that does look pretty bad. It's the first time I've looked into it. I've not seen it before. Can you get it lower down so we can see the inside? Right in there. Okay, that is really sludged up. That is not a good state to ever have any of the engine. As you can see, the colour of that, it's a lot of thick varnish, almost probably sludgy. Let's get the engine oil out. Let's see what the state of that is.
Yeah, it's bad, yeah.
So, having put the dipstick,
It's not too viscous.
checked on the dipstick, you can see the colour of that. There's the engine oil. That is not great. Really bot jar. For a petrol engine anyway, it's not an ideal sort of colour. Okay. And again, like I said, I can smell petrol on it, and that's never good. Now, what I'm doing is, like I said to you earlier, to minimise spillage, I am draining and using the pump as much as I can, and then I'll go underneath and get it out of the pump. Now, the colour of the colour you can see, there you go. It's not great, so it's not looking good at all. So clearly you can tell that this is a well overdue engine oil change. So here's 3-year engine oil. So let's pour some out and let's see what it comes out like. Oh, a bit too much there. There you go. So this is what 3 years of engine oil looks like. Not looking great, is it? And next to it I'll put some new fresh oil. We'll see what that looks like. New engine oil. So let's put this side by side. There you go. There's your difference. Old, new. And you can see clear, light, very light golden brownish, extremely dark.